to adopt the tools from your job to elevate your life. I have become a firm believer that your job can actually make you the person that you want to be. It can make you a millionaire. It can take you where you need to go. And I don't mean this by like in a way where you have to work there for forever. What I'm saying is you need a system for your life. You need a system for your life. You need to, you know, run it, you know, like a business. And a lot of people don't really understand what that means. You need to run your life like your job. Like wherever you clock in, if you don't clock in anywhere, talk to somebody that do. No. But no, I really believe that you need to just start running your life like a business, and that is going to help you elevate your life like 10x. Okay, I have been a operations manager for about 6-7 years. I'm not doing it right now, but I do have experience as operations manager, and I think that that's the role that you need to focus on. Don't focus on being a CEO. Don't focus on being a CFO. Like, oh, you can be the CEO of your life. Like, yes, you can. However, CEOs have people in place to make their life run. One of the most important roles running a business, like how do you actually do this? What are some strategies? What do we do? I feel like one of the most important roles, because they're all important, but operations manager, that's who you need to become. And we will go over, you know, some steps so that you can achieve that goal, or at least start. Okay, so what is an operations manager? Exactly what it sounds like. We help the business run smoothly on a day-to-day basis. So that can be strategy and planning, that can be looking at financials, that can be looking at staffing, you're looking at just how smoothly the operation is running on a day-to-day basis. What's working good, what's not working good, how do we make it better? That's it. That is it. And that's exactly who you are going to become in your life. Because right now you're saying that you want to make money, you want to start a business, you want to be a millionaire, you want to elevate your life, but you don't even know where to start. You don't know how to get there. And what I want you to do is, instead of going to work miserable, instead of going to work miserable, how about take everything you can from the job? Even like if you have an operations manager there, like pull them and talk to them about their role and what they do, so that you can gain some insight if you're not already familiar with what an operations manager does and how they contribute to making the business run smoothly. You may not care about your job. You may work at I don't know, Walmart, and maybe you're a cashier, and maybe you feel like, you know what, this is not my final stop. I don't really care about this company. I don't really care about being here. I don't want to bag, you know, I don't want to check people out for the rest of my life. And that's fine. That's great, actually, because you want to, you know, eventually progress and move on in life. But start picking up how your business is being ran. Why do people keep coming back to Walmart? Why do we need to why do we need to have certain processes? Why do we have certain time blocks? Why does the store open and close when it does? You need to adopt that mentality and simply use it for your life. Okay, so some key things that we need to first start off with is what we're going to start off, number one, with planning and strategizing. Okay, so planning and strategizing, simply developing an operational plan to meet the business needs. So what needs does your life need right now, like urgently? And to keep it light, I would choose maybe one goal. You know, in business, there's probably a few goals that we, you know, want to tackle, but because this is more so like a personal thing, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Pick one thing. If it's fitness, fitness is the goal. Figure out a target date, right? If it's meal prepping, if it's cutting back on sugar, if it's cutting somebody out your life, if it can be school, it can be whatever you want that goal to be. It could be prayer, it could be, you know, communicating with somebody. Whatever that target goal is, figure out a target goal. Figure out a plan and a strategy for that. Just write that out, okay? That would be the first step to figure out, like, okay, what exactly are we doing here, right? Then I want you to figure out, how is your business being ran? Because we complain about our jobs, we complain about not wanting jobs, but we get up and we go every day. If they tell us that we need to be here at 6 a.m., you're gonna find a way to be there at 6 a.m. If you, or you know, whatever the case is, you're gonna show up, because what is the goal? You want to get paid. And if you don't get paid, if you don't go into work, what happens? You know, call, no show, you're fired, you know, and everything goes downhill from there. So they make people come in at a certain time for a reason. Let's say your shift starts at 7 a.m. or, you know, and why? Maybe they need to stock the product so that people can have the product to buy, to generate income, to generate your income. Simple enough. Now, how this ties into your life: what time, what are your hours of operation? What time do you want to wake up? What time are you clocking in for your life job? What time are you going to bed? Figure out what that looks like first. So on the days that you're not going to work, let's say you have, you know, your 2 days off. I want to sleep in, I want to enjoy my nope, not right now. Because you were able to give them people 5 days of your time, you're going to give yourself 2 more days of your time. On your off days, you're going to wake up at 7 o'clock a.m. That's what time, no, actually you're going to wake up at 6, because your business opens at 7. So by 7 o'clock, you need to be up, ready to go. Does that make sense? So you got your goal, you got what time you want to start. Now let's figure out how we can maximize during that time, right? By 7 o'clock, doors are open. You are now overseeing the production. So for example, if it is fitness, what are you doing between those time blocks? You're clocked in, right? Do you have your pre-workout? Do you have your fruit? Do you have the meals that you need, like pre-planned before and after you start your fitness journey? How long are you going to work out? Is it going to be 30 minutes? Is it going to be 45 minutes, an hour? Start turning the big goal into little mini goals. Like the habit stacking, yes, but figure out how are you going to habit stack, because that is what we want to run smoothly and efficiently. And if it's not going to run smoothly and efficiently, you got to go back to the drawing board to figure out, okay, well, if I'm supposed to be working out by 7 o'clock, that means the night before I need to make sure that my breakfast is, you know, ready to go, or, you know, my protein, everything's in order. And then you're going to track your performance. So if you have an Apple Watch, that's pretty easy to do. You have your activity there. You can set your goals, your calories, how much, you know, time. I would say, like, if obviously if fitness is not your goal, keep a little journal. Doesn't have to be big journal. and write down every single thing that you did during your hours of operations. Like, you did this at this time, you did that at this time, this was the result. How do you feel? Keep track of that, because that is what's going to help you. That's your data. That's what's going to help you figure out the areas of opportunity. Okay, your job is constantly doing follow-up on you. They're constantly, hey, did you get this done? Hey, are you gonna be done by this time? That's kind of how you have to treat yourself with these goals. Like, okay, it's 8 o'clock, we're moving in, you know, to our next goal. And they do usually they do like annual check-ins. You can bump it up a notch. You can do weekly check-ins with yourself. Your manager is coming to pull you off the floor to talk about your performance and how you're doing. Maybe it's your 90 days and they want to catch you up to speed. What does your performance look like? Now, because you've written everything every single day, you have data. You understand your areas of opportunity. You understand where it is that you need to improve. And if you don't need to improve, now you need to start handling a little more responsibility, because you have proven to master this skill. So put yourself in the manager's shoes. Okay, you are the manager. And service, like quality, like you want it to be the best. You want it to be, you want to deliver, like your product should be the best on the market. You are the product, by the way. So ensure that it's the best. Like, are you keeping up with yourself? Next, we're gonna move into financials. Now, operation manager, they oversee like a lot of staffing, payroll, and things of that such, but they also look at budgeting as well. Because I am so focused on, you know, elevating financially, I want you to pull your financials and figure out what your budget looks like. Are you overspending? Just an overview of it. I feel like all my videos kind of get like all over the place, but I really hope that you understand the message that I'm trying to give out. Take what you can from your job and be that. Take what you can. Like, you don't want to stay there forever. You're trying to build your own ish, right? You're trying to build your own life. You're trying to elevate your own life, but you can take so many tips out of you're already walking into probably a multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar company. They made it work. How did they make it work though? These little processes. And if you can figure out a simple process for your own life, you good. You'll be the next billion-dollar product, right? So that being said, I made a salad tonight, so I'm gonna go eat that, because I said I was gonna be eating better, because I'm trying to elevate my life. See where I'm going with that? Okay, bye.